Healer's Touch by Deb E. Howell. Chapter 17. Braph had her wrapped in his arms and they were stumbling, falling. The ground rushed toward her, and then it rushed away even faster. They were flying. She saw Jonas come out of the stable, looking around. Braph's hand clamped over her mouth. Their trajectory took them over the estate's wall. She watched in shock as Jonas looked over at Hisham, slowly, stiffly pushing himself from the ground, and then Llew lost sight of them both. She and Braph crashed to the ground at the edge of the forest beside the estate, and Llew rolled from Braph's grasp. Somehow she still held Jonas's knife. Clutching it tight, she pulled it from its sheath and ran at Braph. Surely he would be as susceptible to a blade as anyone else. She drew it back as she neared him, then swept it forward and lunged, and his hand grabbed her wrist. She fought against him, but his grip was like iron. She hit him with her other hand while he fiddled with his foot. He came up again, clicked something on his bracelet, and a crystal flew out. Then he clicked the one in his hand in its place, spun her back into him again, gripping her tightly to him. Everything went white, then black, and Llew's ears screamed. When they crash-landed again, it took several minutes for Llew to open her eyes and find the strength to lift herself from the ground and look about. Braph was lying on the ground beside her, drenched in sweat, but he was watching her, and the look in his eyes told her he still believed he had enough to catch her should she try to run. She didn't think she had the energy to do so anyway. They were in the middle of a field of dry, scratchy grass, reminiscent of areas around Cheer. The land was flat for miles in all directions, the landscape featureless from their vantage point, exactly unlike Cheer. The sun shone from a clear blue sky, but there was no heat in it. Llew realized her hands were empty. Shit. Jonas would kill her if she lost his knife. Not that he would be able to, but that wasn't the point. She looked around them, panicking that it had been dropped in mid-flight. But then she spotted it in the grass nearby, and the belt not far from it. Braph just watched as she scurried on hands and knees to collect them. She wished he didn't know she had it. Still, perhaps she could turn it to her advantage somehow. One thing she was almost certain of: Braph didn't want her dead. "Where are we?" she demanded, holding the knife as threateningly as possible. Braph smiled. "Right about in the heart of Turmos, if my navigation is as good as it should be." "Turmos," Llew breathed, in the middle of the country that wanted her children, with the man who wanted her blood.